positive, peaceful, and productive Wednesday. And hopefully y'all got about 35 to 40 minutes to tap in with the kid, listen to the build, man. Y'all see where I'm at. Y'all see I'm live from the gym. Had a few clients call off, so I got a little downtime before my last client. So I just wanted to tap in and give y'all some words of encouragement, wisdom, inspiration, whatever y'all wanna call it or refer to it as. So I'm gonna give y'all about 2 to 3 minutes, man, before I dive into this subject matter. So tap in. Let me know how y'all feeling on this wonderful Wednesday evening. What's the word? Talk to me before I start talking to y'all, man. Like I say, hopefully y'all staying productive, positive, peaceful, healthy, taking care of yourselves, man, especially in this day and time. It's a lot of negativity. It's a lot of toxicity. It's a lot of trash. It's a lot of garbage out here, man. So I hope y'all are feeding yourselves positivity, productivity, efficiency, all of that type of good stuff, man. That's the type of energy that you need to be consuming. That's the type of energy that you need to be surrounding yourself with, man. Just positive, productive, powerful energy and healthy energy. That's the only energy during these tumultuous times that we need to be surrounding ourselves with. Flat out, man. Anything that opposes that, discard it from your life. Remove it from your life. Seriously, man. Subtract it. We got to deal with the mathematics of it, man. If it's not adding on, then what is it doing by default? It's subtracting. You know, angelic peace, what's happening? We got to start looking at things like that, man. We living in some crucial times. And I'm not speaking, we living in some crucial times, and I'm not speaking of anything pertaining to some type of religious doctrine, man. It's just some crucial times due to all the stuff, all the wickedness that's going on out here, man. You know, so we got to make sure we stand on point. We got to make sure we stand righteous. We got to make sure we stand positive. We can't allow the momentum of the world, which the momentum is of a negative vibe, of a negative frequency. So we can't go along. We can't let that momentum, we can't let that negative momentum influence our ways and actions. And we can't get caught up in that rapture. We can't get caught up in these trends. We can't get caught up in all this nonsense out here. And a lot of times that's what happens. You know, when you stand on your righteous square, when you stand on your positive and healthy square, then you have to be willing to go against that grain. You know, and the grain is negativity. The grain is toxicity. So I just want to salute all the brothers and sisters that's standing firm on that righteous square, on that healthy square, doing what's right and exact, doing what's healthy, doing what's positive, when the whole world is trying to influence you to partake in otherwise. That's a very challenging mindset and mind state to have. I know, because I live it on the daily. You know, it's nothing to walk outside and be influenced to be led in the wrong direction. But it takes everything not to walk in that direction. It takes everything not to even look in that direction. It's very tempting to partake in all of the nonsense out here. It's very easy to get sucked in, man. You know, so again, salute all the brothers and sisters that's not getting sucked into all the nonsense out here, man, because it's hard, it's challenging, because that's all that's around us for the most part. That's all that's around us, all this negative energy, all this toxic energy. The moment you log into social media, it slaps you right in the face, you know. So when you are able to maintain, you know, your individuality, your uniqueness, you know, what makes you you, and you don't fall victim to everything that's trending, man, that's power, that's strength. And I just want to shout everybody out that's able to do that, because you're not going to get a shout out. You know, you're not going to get rewarded. If anything, we get criticized. We get called serious. We get called a bunch of things because we don't want to partake in the ways of the world, you know, the trends of the world. We don't want to partake in those discussions. We don't want to partake in those endeavors. So instead of us getting praised for our strength, a lot of times we get criticized. So I know how it goes, man. So I want to let y'all know that if don't nobody else appreciate y'all and see y'all, I do, because I know how challenging it is to be that outcast or that black sheep, whatever you want to call it. You know, I know how it goes, you know, and that leads me to the subject matter of the day. We tapping into to your journey. We tapping into your path, your purpose, your whatever you want to, your calling, whatever you want to call it. You know, and a lot of times people such as myself, people that have a unique path, people that tend to go against the grain, a lot of times what we do is we try to keep our journey, our path, all of that type of stuff on hush mode. Well, we need to stop doing that because, again, it's a war out here. You know what I'm saying? It's a war out here. When you have a righteous manner and you have a positive manner, it's a war out here on that type of energy. You know, they don't want you to be positive. They don't want you to be healthy. They don't want you to be righteous. You know, so the last thing we need to be doing is being silent with what it is that we doing. Because these toxic folks, these negative folks don't have no problem being loud. And we have to neutralize that energy for the younger generation, you know, because you would be surprised at who is watching. You would be surprised at who is listening to you, you know, so we cannot remain silent. We got to start speaking up in regards to what it is that we are doing. And that's another, when you speak up, when you let people know around you, when you got people that's around you, family, friends, associates, whatever, when you got people around you, I know it's popular to say, oh, I'm going to stop telling people my plans and my this and that. I'm going to just pop out and do and whatever it is that I was planning to do, I'm going to just pop out with the finished product. That sounds cool and whatnot. But, man, we going to have to stop doing that. Here's the reason why I say that. If I got some type of mission, if I got some type of vision, I'm going to let the people around me know instantly. Why? So that I can see who real. So that I can see who I need to remove out of my life that moment. If I share my vision with the folks around me and I get weird energy, then that lets me know, oh, I need to not deal with this person. I need to remove this person from my inner circle. And then that's going to make room for somebody that's more supportive. Opposed to me not saying anything and still surrounding myself with these people with that bad energy. Man, you don't need those people around your life, period, when you are striving to do something, whether you announce it or not. If you don't announce it and you still surrounding yourself with these people and then you pop out with the finished product and then now they want to act like they always believed in you, knowing good and well they didn't. See, now we got to start doing things like letting folks know instantly. Like, yeah, in 5-10 years, I plan to do this. The 3 or 4 people that's around you, family members, friends, associates that start hating on you, remove them. They letting you know their true colors. Those be the main ones that when you pop out with the finished product, they are the main ones that act like they always believed in you. No, you didn't. You hated on me as soon as I brought it up. You know, so we got to start announcing things out the gate so that we can start making cuts to the roster and making additions. You know, we got to treat this thing like a sport. The moment I announced something, 3 or 4 people around me was hating, so I cut them. Then I found some people that was more supportive, so I added them to the roster. You know, we got to start surrounding ourselves with more supportive people. We got to start surrounding ourselves with people who on the same type of time that we on, who have the same mindset that we do as far as like that energy, man, as far as positive and righteous energy and healthy energy. You know, if you are on a health journey, if you are on a healthy journey and you striving to change up the way that you eat and you let people know out the gate and they start hating, those people are going to be your downfall if you keep them around. So again, let me get this out my system right now. I'm thinking about, if you know what I'm saying, if you're thinking about going vegan, man, let everybody that you know, that you talk to consistently or that you see consistently, let them know as soon as you come up with the vision. Let them know. And they gonna let you know what decision you need to make in regards to your relationship with them going forward. Because again, if you got negative people within your cipher, within your inner circle, they will be your downfall, fam. If you trying to make changes in regards to your diet, in regards to your nutrition, in regards to your health, and you got people who not on that type of time around you, listen, that's going to be a very hard transition. And like I said, those people around you that's not on that type of time will essentially or eventually lead to your downfall. So you need to find more people that are supportive of that type of journey. Those people will keep you going on those days because you will have plenty of those days where you don't feel like it. So on those days where you don't feel like it, when you don't have those supportive people around you, those are the days where we tend to slip up. So that's why it's important to have that supportive energy and that positive energy around you. Because when you have that day, when you wake up, you like, man, I'm sick of this. I don't feel like doing this anymore. Then you got those supportive and positive people around you that's going to be like, look, what we call accountability partners. You going to have that person around you that's like, nah, man, hey, these are the days where you need to get up off that couch, where you need to get out that bed and go work out. The days you don't feel like it, those are the best days to go grind and get it. You know? But again, if you keep those negative people around you on those days you don't feel like it, guess what? They gonna co-sign it. They gonna enable you. They gonna tell you, yeah, man, you done been eating good all this time. You don't need to do it today. One day ain't gonna hurt. Missing one day at the gym ain't gonna hurt. Then that one day turns into 2, then it turns into 3. And these people are doing nothing but enabling you. So again, whatever your journey is, man, announce it to the people that's around you so that you can gauge the energy of the folks that's around you and then make decisions, fam. I'm telling you, it's important. Stop saying, oh, man, I ain't going to tell folks. I'm just going to pop out with the finished product. Nah. Stop doing yourself a disservice, man. You need to know who real and you need to know who fake, and you need to know that as soon as possible, what we call ASAP. You know, so we got to, speak things into existence. You know, we ain't got to keep it to ourselves. Speak it. These negative and these toxic folks have no problem saying all the toxic things they gonna do. So I got no problem letting you know all the great things I'm gonna do. And you either with it or you not. And if you not, thank you for letting me know, because now I'm not with you, you know? Thank you. But I'm gonna let you know the great things I'm gonna do. And I don't care how you feel about it. Nobody can stop my motion but me. You know, nobody can stop your motion but you. We got to stop relinquishing that power. We got to stop giving other folks that power, you know, and we got to stop being afraid to make certain decisions when it comes to cutting folks off, when it comes to removing people out of our lives, fam. Self-preservation is the first law of nature. The moment you forget that is the moment you start to regress, is the moment you start to decline, man. Again, self-preservation is the first law of nature. The first law of nature is not the preservation of folks around you. The first law of nature is self-preservation, preserving self. So you got to do what's best for self first in order for the people around you. In order for the people around you to be good. You know what I mean? Like if you the man of the house, you got to be straight. You know, when you do what's best for self, that's better for all folks around you. That's better for your universe. That's better for your family. When you do what's best, when you take care of self first, that's better for everybody else. People call it being selfish, but in reality, it's actually a selfless thing, man, because I got to take care of me. If I'm not in my right state, if I'm not in a good state, then best believe the folks around me will be impacted by that negativity and that negative energy. It's contagious, just like a yawn, man. When one person around you yawns, guess what? The whole room starts yawning. That's how that energy is, man. It's contagious. So if I'm not doing what's best for me, if you not doing what's best for you, that's going to impact the folks that's around you, especially when you have a strong magnetic. Especially when you have a strong magnetic. When that magnetism is strong, your influence is powerful. It's more powerful than the average person, you know, and a person with a strong magnetic is a person that's tapped in, you know, a person that's tapped into self, person that has that knowledge of self. So when that person is not in a good state, they will influence a lot of the people that's around them in their universe. So we got to make sure that we are of top quality. And the best way to reach that is to make sure I'm doing what I need to do for self. Is to make sure you are doing what you need to do for self. You know, so we got to throw away that whole, oh man, I can't be selfish like that. You need to be selfish, fam. At times you need to be selfish. I see a lot of people that are selfless, that sacrifice and use all of these type of words and concepts. Guess what? A lot of these individuals deep down are not happy. They are not at peace. Listen, I don't care how you word it. I don't care how you fancy it up. I don't care how you say it. If you have to sacrifice things that bring you joy, things that bring you peace in order to make somebody else feel satisfied and complete, you will not be happy. You will not be fully satisfied with your life. I don't care how you state it. If I got to be the bearer of bad news, then I would just be that. But this is a harsh truth that a lot of people don't want to accept. If you out here at any shape or form, if you got things in your mind that you want to do, if you got a certain idea of the life you want to live, and you have to abandon aspects of that, or you have to abandon it totally in order to make somebody else happy, in order to satisfy somebody else, there's no way you're going to be fully satisfied with your life. No way. No way. I promise you. No way. I don't care how you say it. I don't care how you try to make yourself look. I see it all the time. I see people that talk about all these sacrifices they made. They don't even look happy, fam. They don't even look at peace. Y'all know how I view happiness at times, so I'm going to just deal with being at peace. They don't even look like they are at peace. They don't. You look at that type of person and you see that something is missing. You see it. You can pick up on it. When you tapped in, you can pick up on it. You can see it like, man, this person is not fully satisfied. And those are the people that tend to talk about these sacrifices that they have made for other people. I feel like we have to stop glorifying that. That may be a very unpopular opinion, but I feel like we have to stop glorifying sacrifices, fam. I feel like we have to stop glorifying that. You can call me what you want to call it. You can call that what you want to call it. But I feel like we need to stop glorifying making sacrifices, fam. Because a lot of times the sacrifice that's being made is you sacrificing something that's bringing you peace, something that's bringing you joy. Again, if I'm at peace, if I'm happy, whatever words you want to utilize, everybody around me is going to benefit from that. But if I'm not, the same people around me will be affected by that. So again, I got to do what's best for myself in order for the people around me to thrive, in order for the people around me to truly benefit. That's just what it is, man. People don't really be understanding that aspect because we have been taught to glorify making all these sacrifices, putting others first. And now you have left yourself hanging. See, we don't understand that it's very much so possible to put yourself first, but still not neglect other people. Just because I put myself first, that don't mean I'm neglecting people. That just means I put myself first. That means I had to handle something for myself first, and now I can tend to these other people, but I had to get myself straight first. So again, putting myself first don't mean I'm neglecting others. It doesn't mean I'm neglecting the people around me. It just mean I had to get myself in a certain space first to allow me or enable me to help these other people to be at my best. These people need me to be at my best, so I had to serve myself first. So now I can give them my all. I can give them my best. That's how that should be viewed, not, oh, he putting himself first. Now, you got people that abuse that. I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about the true concept of self-preservation, of putting oneself first. It literally just means putting yourself first. It doesn't mean forget everybody else. I'm just going to do what's best for me. No, it just means, all right, I got to make sure I do something for myself first to get myself in a certain space. And then boom, now I got everybody else. And it's going to be more impactful because now I'm in a good space. So now I can serve in a better space, in a better mindset, because I've taken care of myself first. It's like when you work a job, when you work a 9 to 5. And I talked about this many moons ago when I read the book, I think the Miracle Morning Millionaires or something like that. I'm probably messed up the title. But when it talked about waking up early in the morning to get your day started, and you master the morning and you master the rest of your day. So your morning will set the tone for your day depending on when your day starts. A lot of people don't, like not most people, but a lot of people don't start their days in the morning. Some people work overnight, some people work second shifts, whatever the case may be. But if you start your day in the morning, setting the tone for your day, master in the morning, that revolves around giving yourself an hour, 2 hours before you have to commit yourself to this job. The whole point behind that entire concept is for you to do something for yourself first before you start trying to build up somebody else's empire. So the whole concept and moral of that entire book is for you to do something for yourself first. And I'm a living witness of how effective that book is, how effective that whole concept is. When I was working in the banks, when I was in corporate America, when I woke up in the morning and took care of myself first, I was all good. But when I didn't do that, man, I was angry. You know what I'm saying? I was angry, I was irritated, I was frustrated. I done woke up and now I got to go rush to this job. And instead of me being able to do something for myself, I got to go right into helping this corporation, helping these greedy folks out. So that whole book was talking about exactly what I'm talking about right now. Get up, do something for yourself first. Before you start serving the public, make sure you take care of yourself, whether that's meditating, whether that's journaling, whether that's working out. Have some me time first before you tackle the world. And I promise you, the quality of your life will improve. You will get way more done. But if you just wake up with enough time on the clock to get dressed, brush your teeth and all that type of stuff, and then you got to head out the door, you will have a very irritating day because you didn't do anything for yourself first. So that whole book is talking about exactly what it is that I'm elaborating on, man. You have got to do stuff for yourself first, and I can vouch for that. When you work them jobs, man, if you just go straight to the job and you haven't done anything for yourself, man, that's a long day. A long day. Hey, Avid, peace, appreciate that donation. But that's a long day. I done been there, done that. When I didn't get up and exercise first or read first or meditate first, like when I didn't do any of that first and I just had to go straight to the gig, you might as well not even talk to me for the rest of the day. I'm frustrated because I have not done anything for myself. So now that's affecting the quality of my work. But man, when I used to get up 2 hours before I had to be at the job, man, I didn't type some words up. I done read a few pages of a positive book. Man, I did some breathing exercises. So now I'm at the job. I'm cool. I don't care how the rest of this day go because I didn't did what I needed to do for myself. If you done read The Richest Man in Babylon, again, what is like the first piece of advice that book gives you? It says to pay yourself first. So all of these, these books and all of these concepts, they are literally telling you to do something for yourself first. Richest Man in Babylon, it tells you, pay yourself first. All these other folks are going to get their money. Make sure you take care of yourself first. Again, man, we tend to get lost. We tend to be the ones that deviate from this advice. Do something for yourself first. Take care of yourself first, man. Everybody else going to get theirs, fam. That's what being selfish is all about. Just like the richest man in Babylon, they say, pay yourself first. You're going to pay these other bills. Paying yourself first don't mean neglect the bills that I have to pay. No, pay yourself first just says make sure you put something to the side for yourself first. Then you pay everybody else. That's what the selfish energy that I'm talking about. That's what being selfish is for me. All right, I'm going to pay myself first. I'm going to do something for myself first, and then let me pay everybody else. Again, it ain't say pay myself first and then don't pay everybody else. Pay myself first and just neglect all my other responsibilities and bills. No, pay yourself first, pay yourself a percentage, and then pay everybody else. Everybody else going to get their money because you're going to make sure everybody else gets their money. But what do we tend to do? We tend to neglect ourselves. How many people actually pay themselves first? Like how many people actually get a paycheck and make sure they pay themselves first? Very small percentage of the population. Everybody else gets their money first. So again, we don't practice this. Man, even if you got to just pay yourself $5 out the check, that's still paying yourself first. That's giving yourself something. Something is better than nothing. So we got to take these concepts and these principles and apply them to life, man. Take care of yourself first. And anybody that has a problem with that, they're not your friend. They're not your partner. They're not your potential spouse. They're just not a good person to be around. They're not a good person to have within your cipher, within your inner circle. Anybody that can't respect that, you need not be around that person. Flat out. Flat out, you know, and there are plenty of people who can't respect that. I would say most people can't respect that, you know, but again, you got to start letting people know what it is that you're doing for self in order for you to be able to discern that in the first place. If you don't let people know, then you're going to get caught off guard, so to speak. Let people know what you're about to do, man. Announce those great moves and watch the people around you who hating on you, who want to see you fail. Oh, I don't think that's a good idea. You shouldn't do that. Cut. You remove. I don't need you in my life. I don't need people around me with that doubtful energy. You know, I don't need people around me with that doubtful energy. If I said I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it. I didn't say, oh, I'm going to do something and it's going to be easy, it's going to be hard. No, I just said I'm going to do something. You know, so I don't want to hear what you got to say about what it is that I said I'm going to do, especially when I got a whole plan, especially when I got a vision. It's my vision, man. You know what I'm saying? So if you doubting it, thank you for giving me that clarification of who you are. So now I can remove you. I can remove you from the cipher. Opposed to me not announcing anything and I still got you around me with this weird energy. Nah, I need people with righteous energy. In these days and times, we need people with good energy around us. In these days and times, we need people with good energy. You need people with good energy and good energy only. Stop associating with these folks with negative energy that's constantly bringing you down. Stop doing it. I don't care how challenging it may be to remove yourself from the situation. Just like in business, when you coming up with a business plan, at the end of a business plan, they will teach you to create what's called an exit strategy. You know, that is your plan for the end of the business. Oh, am I going to sell this business? Am I going to leave it to my children for them to inherit it? Am I going to keep what am I going to do to the business once I've ran my course? What am I going to do? What am I going to do? You're supposed to create an exit strategy or an exit plan for your business. You might have to do the same thing for a person in your life. If this is not a person you can just instantly cut off, now you got to come up with an exit plan. All right. Due to my relationship with this individual, it may not be that easy for me to just cut myself or remove myself from this person's life. So I got to create a plan. I got to create an exit strategy and an exit plan. So sometimes that's just what you got to do. You know, so it might not be easy to just cut a person off. But if you have to do it, you have to do it. And you got to figure out how you about to go about it. Flat out, you have to do what's best for you. You have to do what's best for you. You know, we gotta stop playing around. Stop playing around, man. You either value yourself or you don't. And a lot of people walking around and they don't value themselves. Some of you all that's in this chat right now, you may not value yourself as much as you think. Analyze the folks that's around you. Analyze the energy that's around you. If you still got a lot of negative folks, negative energy around you, you don't value yourself the way you think. You value these other people. Because there's no other reason. Tell me how you benefit from keeping a negative person around you. How do you benefit? Tell me what's the benefit. If I keep a negative person around me, how am I benefiting? That negative person is going to benefit way more than I'm benefiting. You know, so if I'm keeping a negative person around me, how is that a benefit to me? How is my life elevating and progressing? If you keep a negative person around you, how are you benefiting? How are you progressing in life? The answer is you're not. So why is that person around you? Why do you keep allowing this person to be around you? Why? Because you have put that person ahead of yourself. That's what you've done. That's the reason why That's the reason why you keep a person like that around you. You put that person ahead of yourself. You have put their feelings ahead of yours. You care more about hurting that person's feelings than you care about elevating yours. We can't be living like that. I don't know about you all, but I care more about my feelings. I care more about my emotional stability. I care about more of that than I care about anybody else. And again, people can call me what they want to call me. I've done enough good deeds in my life for other people to the point now where I'm fully comfortable not surrounding myself with folks, and I don't care how long we've known each other. I don't care what the connection is. I've done enough good deeds. I've looked out for enough people that I wasn't looking for no reciprocation, but I never received it. So I've looked out for people like that and haven't received the same energy back. It's cool. I take that because I don't do the good deeds to receive the good deeds back in return. I just do the good deeds because that's the type of person I am. But again, even with that, again, I'm tapped into self. I know what type of person I am. So a friendship and all of that type of good stuff, man, that's a responsibility. That takes work. It takes work to sustain and maintain a friendship. And people sleep on that. You know, so I'm not about to be allowing people in my life just to say I got friends. No, like I fully invest myself in those type of situations. You know what I'm saying? I'm fully invested. If I say I got you, I got you. You know, you going through something, I'm pulling up on you. So I'm invested like that. So I don't have time to be bringing people into my mix who at this stage in the game wouldn't reciprocate that energy and who are negative around me because I know how invested I get. So if that means my inner circle has to consist of one or two people, so be it. Because I done had the large inner circle to where it's like I'm pulling up on all these different people, and then I look around when I'm in a moment of crisis. Hey, where everybody at? Where everybody at? Like I pulled up on all of y'all when y'all was going through things. Now I'm going through a little something. Where these folks at? Nah. See, I learned from that. You know, I learned from that. I'm not about to just be putting in work. Things ain't about to be one-sided. You know, again, we know the work that's required to have a relationship. We know that. But man, it's work required to have a friendship. I don't know about y'all, but that's not something that I take lightly. If I consider you a friend, if I consider you a homeboy or whatever, then man, I got you. And it takes work. You know, I got to tap in with you. I got to make sure you all right out here. You know, and when you going through a little something, I got to pull up. You know, if you got kids and you the homeboy and you going through something, man, I'm looking out for you because that's how I am. That's how I am, man. I'm not about to be calling you the homeboy and I just let you go through everything and I don't help you. No. You know, so when I know I'm that type of person, I'm real selective these days. To the point where you get accused of being a certain type of way. Oh man, you don't let people in. You show right. You show right, because if I let somebody in on a friendship type of time, then hey, that means I consider you to be cool. And if I consider you to be cool, then that means I'm gonna look out for you because I'm considering you one of the homeboys. You know, so nowadays, man, I'm not quick to let my guards down, man. Hey, we getting older out here. I ain't got time to be playing around like that, man. I ain't got time to be playing around. You know? I ain't got time to be playing around. So I'm not quick to let my guards down, man. I'm not quick to develop new friendships out here because I know the investment that goes into friendships. And a lot of people not willing to reciprocate that energy. Because straight up, man, I'm trying to tell you, I done pull it up for folks, man. I done pull it up for folks. You know, I done pull it up for folks when they didn't lost family members. You know, I done pull it up for folks when they ain't have rides. I done pull it up for plenty of folks, man. And I can tell you the amount of people that reciprocated that energy when I went through a few hardships. You know, even if I'm considered the strong one, even if people think I got things figured out emotionally, mentally, that still doesn't give anybody the right to not tap in and check in with that person. So I don't like that. You know, when you are viewed as a strong one, when you are viewed as the one that has it together mentally, when people view you in that light, they think all of a sudden it gives them the right to not tap in with you. You know, just because it appears like mentally and emotionally I got things figured out, I'm kind of strong in that department, that don't mean that I don't appreciate somebody tapping in and checking in from time to time. If you one of the strong ones, you know what I'm talking about. We appreciate that. Even if we don't necessarily need somebody to be there, like even if we ain't going through it like that, we still appreciate a good, hey man, just tapping in with you, making sure you good. We appreciate that. That goes a long way, man. That goes a long way for us. That goes a long way for our energy. That goes a long way for our mindset, keeping it healthy, keeping it on the right track. Man, go a long way to just let somebody know, hey, just tapping in, man. Hey, I care. You know, whether you need some support, whether you need some help or not, hey, I'm just tapping in. But a lot of times, man, when it's folks that's of the stature of myself, people tend to blow past that. Like, oh man, he gonna be all right. That's a strong dude. He got it. I ain't gotta tap in with him. Listen, tap in with your strong friends, man. They appreciate it. They appreciate the energy. They appreciate the kind gesture, fam. They appreciate it. Like straight up. Do not neglect your strong friends. Don't neglect your intellectual friends, whatever you want to call them. Don't neglect your woke friends, whatever you call them. Don't neglect them, fam. Don't write them off and say they'll be all right. Don't do that. If you consider that person a friend, if you fool with that person and that person been rocking with you, man, tap in with them. Tap in with them, man. That goes a long way, man. Just tap in with people, man. No matter how you view them, no matter where you think their mindset is at, if a person is rocking with you and you rock with the person, tap in. Tap in, man. We gotta stop playing. We gotta stop playing around, man. We gotta start just surrounding ourselves, man, with better people, man. If you got people around you that's not doing that, find you some people that will, fam. There's plenty of people that's will. You don't need a lot of people. 3, 4, 5 solid people, man, you good. One solid person, you good. 2 solid people, you even better. Possibly. You know? But it don't take that many people, man. It don't take that many people, man. You don't have to have a large inner circle, man. But it's 2 or 3 solid people you can find out here, man. Surround yourself that good energy. It's gonna take you a long way. Napoleon Hill calls it your mastermind group, fam. Your mastermind group. Surround yourself with intelligent, positive, knowledgeable, wise, and healthy people to make up your mastermind group. And I promise you, that mastermind group is going to be a reflection of the direction you will head in. You surround yourself with these powerful people, there's no way you will not be powerful yourself. But if you surround yourself with people who not on no type of time, guess what? Your life will start to reflect that. You surround yourself with lazy people, you become lazy. You surround yourself with people who striving to be healthy, who striving to do what's right and exact, sooner or later you gonna jump on board. And if you don't jump on board, then they gonna replace you. Y'all gonna start to distance yourselves. Straight just like that. So again, man, my advice for the day, man, start announcing your moves so that you can examine the energy of the folks that's around you and make adjustments to your roster based on the energy that you pick up on once you start announcing your moves, man. If you got people around you once you announce your moves that start instantly hating, make a roster cut. And then if you find some people that's more supportive, make an addition to your roster. Pick up the free agents. You know what I mean? If you got to make some cuts, make the cuts. I don't care how hard it is. Create your exit strategy. If it's a person that you cannot instantly cut or remove from your life, create an exit strategy. And start finding more positive people, man, to make up your mastermind group or your roster. Straight up. We are in we are in some days and times where we cannot afford to be around negative and toxic people. We cannot afford to affiliate nor associate with that type of energy. But man, with that being said, I got my last client about to come in here. So I got to tap in, drill him so I can get to the crib, get some rest, all that good stuff, man. So I appreciate donations, man. I appreciate y'all tapping in. If you was late tapping in, run this back from the beginning. Pick up on the jewels. Pick up on the jewels, man. But hey, I'm gonna let y'all get back to enjoying the rest of y'all Wednesday evening. I don't know the next time I'm gonna tap in with y'all, man, but it will be soon. You know, but y'all be easy, man. I appreciate y'all as always. I'm out. Peace.